Hello YouTube. In my last video we discussed about how to use list properties in CSS3. In this video we'll discuss about how to use position properties in CSS3. Before starting, we'll clear out all this. Right guys, we're with the fresh now, right? We will define 5 divs, right guys? We have 5 position properties, right? What are these position properties? First position property is static, right? The second position property is relative. The third position property is fixed. The fourth position property is absolute, and the fifth position property is sticky. Right guys, we look on to these position properties one by one. First thing is static position property, right? Before looking on to this, we will define the div as quickly as possible. Class will give it as static, right? Inside this we will write the content as h1 give it as hello world, right? Okay, we will copy this and paste it again 4 times. So now we will change the static to relative, changes relative to static to fixed. Now it changes to absolute, we will change this to sticky, right? Look on to these properties one by one. What is the static property? It will define here, right? We will define here class static. What is static property? Static property is like the same default property of the position, is a default position property of CSS. Static property is the default position property of the CSS, right? When you give position static, is the default, right? For this we will give it as border 1 pixel solid line we will give, right? We'll see the output now. Yeah, this is a normal positioning. Position of static is a normal positioning, right guys? The next property is relative property. What does relative mean, right guys? What does relative property mean? Relative is position relative to its normal position, right? Relative property is position of elements relative to its normal position, right? We will see it now. Position relative, and we will give it as left 50 pixel, right? And same we'll copy this border now. We'll see the output now. Yeah, the place relative, this div is placed 50 pixel left from its normal position, right? This div is placed 50 pixel left from its normal position. This is how position relative property is used, right guys? Now third is position fixed. What is the position fixed? We already seen fixed once. We'll see it once again. We have seen fixed in background properties, right guys? What does fixed mean here? Fixed is the position related to the viewport, which means it always stays at the same place. It doesn't move. The div doesn't move here, right? when position fixed is given, the div doesn't move on scrolling or moving up, on scrolling or moving left or right. The div doesn't move, right guys? We'll see it now. Position fixed, right? And will give us same, will paste border, right? And we will give we'll see it now. That's it is required. Here the div is not moving, you can see. Right? The div is not moving here. Position is fixed. And what is moving? The letters are moving, right? The div is not moving, means the position of the div is fixed. Other divs are moving. The above div is moving, the static div is moving, the relative div is moving, and this fixed div is not moving, right? This is how the position fixed can be used, right guys? The next property is absolute property. What we are gonna see is next is absolute property. Absolute. What is absolute property? Means the div is position relative to its nearest positioned ancestor. What does this mean? Right guys? Absolute property, same like the relative property, but its position relative to its nearest element. Absolute property is used to position the div element to its nearest available ancestor, means nearest available div element, right guys? We'll see how this goes. Absolute, right? We'll give it as a position absolute, right? And we'll give top as 100 pixel. See the output. Position absolute. When it comes to position absolute, it takes from the browser, right? It takes from the browser. This can be fixed by using one more div here, one more div under this div. This div has to be copy pasted. Instead of doing this, we will do this, or I will try with this itself, right? Okay, we will delete this and we will give this class as ABC, and for ABC we will give position as position relative, and you'll see the output now, right guys? Where is the thing? We will copy the border, right? Refresh. Something is wrong. Class absolute, class ABC, change it and see. But this should come under, I got it, man. I got it. Class ABC, got it. Sorry. Give borrow even this also and see. Yeah, where does this is moving? Yeah, wait. For this ABC, we'll define an element now. We'll define an element. Hello. You can see the clearly output. Right, guys? Hello. Oh, there is something wrong here. These are overlapping. We will check out and so here we'll give a BR tag. To giving a BR tag, we will give ABC. We'll give a margin top. Margin top 100 pixel. Yeah. Right. This is ABC div. This is the ABC div. This is H1 tab what we have defined hello, and this is the absolute property. This absolute I have given it as 200 pixel top. Means this hello world, this absolute class is 200 pixel top to this class, ABC class. You're getting it right? Now I have used this ABC class as relative, position relative, and I used this absolute class as position absolute, right? This absolute class is position top 200 pixel to this ABC class, right? This is how position absolute used. Whenever you are using absolute, remember to use both relative and absolute together, so that you will find it good while coding and will not confuse while coding for the websites, right? While you're coding for the website, it may confuse that for using absolute properties you need to use from the top of the website, right? From the starting point, right? To avoid this problem, you need to use relative. You need to use a relative div. Under relative div, you need to use a absolute div, right? You need to use relative div. Under relative div, remember to use absolute div, right? Now we have looked on to absolute property. Now we will look on to fixed property. Yeah, fixed we have looked on. Now you need to look on to sticky. We have to look on to sticky property, right, guys? Sticky, position sticky, right? Seems quite interesting, right? Position sticky, right? Position sticky. We'll see the output now. Position sticky need to work means we need to increase the height of the div and see height of the body. Height of the body we will increase as height 2000 pixel, and position sticky we will give it as background color. We'll give it as blue, right? We'll refresh and we'll now scroll. Position stick is not working. Position fixed is working. The element doesn't know. Position sticky has to work Why it's not working? Right? How position sticky works when the internet is on. Right, guys? Position sticky works. When position sticky works, right? This on scrolling, this position sticky stops here. This element, this div element stops here, and it doesn't move further upwards. Right? Here it's moving upwards, but when the internet is on, it doesn't. When the internet is on, it doesn't move. Right? As internet is not there in my system, so it's moving now. Right? This is how you can use position sticky. Means the div sticks to the screen. It doesn't move upward or downward. Right? That's it for this video, guys. This is how we can use position properties in CSS. In this video we learned position properties like static, relative, fixed, absolute and sticky. Remember all these properties. These properties will be very helpful while coding for your websites. Right? Thank you. That's it for this video. The video is informative. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button and like button. Thank you.